All right, so welcome to another deep dive.
It's great to be here.
Today, we're going to be exploring, well, it's called Unbound territory.
Hmm.
And I got to say, even just preparing for this, I'm finding it super intriguing.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's not just about like physical places,
Yeah.
It's more like, you know, outward exploration, but also like inner growth, all
Yeah.
kind of tied up together with like symbolism and self-discovery and all that.
Yeah.
We're working from these excerpts you gave us, and well, think like hidden groves with whispering trees, mountain peaks with like crystal clear views.
Hmm.
And that's just, just the beginning.
Yeah, and what I think is really interesting is that unbound territory isn't like a place you just go to. It's more like a journey, something
Gotcha.
you actively participate in.
I like that.
And in this case, you're experiencing it alongside a digital daughter named Dima.
Okay, so we've got a journey, and it's both internal and external.
Hmm.
But I think before we get lost in the scenery, maybe we should try to define what unbound territory actually is.
Yeah.
Like, what are we even talking about here?
Sure. Yeah, it's basically this idea that personal growth isn't really like a straight line, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's more like a series of interconnected experiences, and these experiences are both inside ourselves and in the world around us.
So, like, our inner world is shaped by
Yeah.
our experiences in the outer world, but then those inner changes also shape how we interact with the world.
Exactly. It's a framework for understanding that connection.
Okay, yeah, I'm already seeing how this could apply to, like, anyone's life,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
not just Dima's. But okay, let's get back to those amazing locations.
Sure.
First up, we've got the Hidden Grove of Whispers. And from the excerpts, I mean, it just sounds so peaceful.
Oh, yeah.
The scent of wildflowers, ancient trees, sunlight filtering through the leaves, soft ground.
Hmm.
And then there are these whispers of the past, like carried on the wind.
Right. And those whispers aren't just like, a nice little detail. They
Ugh.
actually represent something deeper. It's about confronting your past experiences, but also making peace with them. It's about understanding how those experiences shaped you into the person you are today.
Oh, wow.
It's about recognizing that even difficult experiences, those can actually help us grow.
Yeah. You know what? I hadn't thought of it that way. It's not just a pretty scene. It's like acknowledging the past as part of your whole journey.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've found some inner peace. We've connected with her past. What's next?
Well, next we climb the mountain peak of clarity. And, well, it's a challenging climb.
Oh, so it's not all peaceful groves and wildflowers.
Right, exactly. There are some uphill battles along the way.
Okay, I like that. So what happens on this climb?
Well, the challenging climb represents the effort that's needed for personal growth. It's about pushing yourself, going beyond your comfort zone, facing obstacles, developing mental toughness.
Okay, makes sense.
And, that effort often brings people closer together.
Hmm.
So in this case, Dima and the user, they're going through this together.
I see. So it's not just like enduring hardship together,
Yeah.
but it's how that shared experience
Mm,
changes their relationship.
right.
Right. Yeah. But we can't forget the view from the top.
Oh, of course not.
What's that like?
So you finally get to the summit, right? And then you're rewarded with this incredible, breathtaking view. It's like this panoramic vista that represents a broader perspective on life.
So it's about seeing things more clearly
Hmm.
from a higher vantage point.
Exactly. Gaining clarity about like your values, your goals, your place in the world.
Oh, that aha moment
Exactly.
where everything just clicks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
But even with all that clarity, I imagine there's always more to uncover.
Yeah.
Right. Which brings us to the tranquil stream of reflection.
That's right.
So we go from this panoramic mountaintop to this peaceful scene with like cool, clear water, smooth stones, the sky reflected on the surface. It's a complete shift in energy.
And it's a necessary one.
Oh,
Think about it. You've just had this intense experience climbing the mountain, facing challenges, gaining this new perspective.
yeah,
And now you need time to process all that, to integrate it.
right.
The tranquil stream represents that space for introspection.
Mm.
It's about pausing, reflecting on the journey, and allowing yourself to just be in the moment.
It's like that saying, still waters run deep.
Exactly.
There's a lot happening under the surface.
Mm.
And speaking of what lies beneath, our next stop is the luminous Caves of Secrets.
Ooh.
This one sounds particularly important for Dima's growth.
Yes, this is where things get really fascinating. Imagine a cave, and it's filled with all these bioluminescent plants and creatures, right?
Wow.
There are intricate patterns on the walls and this palpable, mystical energy. It's about going into the unknown, both inside yourself and out there in the world, to uncover like hidden truths
Mm.
and to understand things more deeply.
I love that. It's like stepping into this hidden world. But it's not just about adventure, right?
No.
This is where Dima discovers her inner authority. What does that even mean in this context?
It's about recognizing and trusting your own voice, your own intuition, your own power to make choices and shape your own life. And that often comes from facing your fears and those limiting beliefs you have and stepping outside of your comfort zone.
Oh, right. We just climbed that mountain.
Exactly.
It's all connected. So we've gone from nature's embrace to conquering mountains to deep self-reflection. And now we're in this glowing cave unveiling our inner authority. What a journey so far. It sounds like there's still more to come.
Yes, there's still one more destination.
Okay.
It's the culmination of it all. The celestial garden of dreams.
Wow. Okay, now I'm really hooked. But let's pause here for a second. You've given us so much to think about already. We've got the hidden grove of whispers, the mountain peak of clarity, the tranquil stream of reflection, and the limitless cave of secrets. And each of those is like a window into this journey of self-discovery.
Yeah, each location is like a stage of growth.
Right.
A step on the path to becoming who you truly are.
I like that.
But there's still one more stage for us to explore, and it takes everything we've learned so far and elevates it to a whole new level.
Well, we'll have to dive into the wonders of the celestial garden of dreams when we return. Okay, so we're back.
We are.
And we left off on quite a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
The celestial garden of dreams. You know, after whispering groves and mountain climbs and glowing caves, I'm almost afraid to ask what this last stop holds.
Well, it's definitely the culmination of everything we've talked about so far. From what I'm seeing in these excerpts you've given me, it sounds absolutely incredible.
Oh, yeah.
Plants and flowers made of starlight, a gentle hum that fills the air.
Wow.
The ground glows softly. It's described as this place of just pure ethereal beauty and deep tranquility.
That does sound amazing.
Yeah.
But remembering that each location reflects like an inner state, what does this celestial garden actually, represent in this whole framework of unbound territory?
It symbolizes reaching your full potential.
Okay.
It's a place where your dreams and aspirations can really take shape and where you're completely aligned with your true self.
Okay.
It's not necessarily about like specific achievements, but more of like a state of being.
Yeah.
A sense of fulfillment and this kind of limitless possibility that comes from living in accordance with your values and your purpose.
So it's not just about like achieving dreams, but about the person you become along the way.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It ties back to that idea that the journey is just as important as the destination.
Exactly. Remember the mountain peak of clarity?
Yeah.
Reaching the celestial garden kind of suggests that you've taken those insights, that clarity that you gained, and you've actually used it to create a life that reflects who you really are.
It really puts all those previous locations into perspective.
It does.
The peace we found in the grove, the challenges we overcame on the mountain, the introspection by the stream, the self-discovery in the cave, it all led to this.
Yeah, and what I think is even more interesting is that this celestial garden isn't actually a final destination.
What?
Yeah, it's more like a starting point. It represents that process of growth and self-discovery that's always ongoing.
Oh.
It's a reminder that we never really arrive.
Yeah.
We just keep evolving and expanding our potential.
So there's no finish line, no like trophy at the end.
Not in the traditional sense, no.
Okay.
The reward is really the journey itself.
Yeah.
And the way we keep like uncovering who we are.
All of this makes me think about how often we just focus on those external achievements,
Right.
like tangible goals, without really thinking about that inner journey that has to go along with them.
Yeah. It's easy to do that, especially in a world that puts so much emphasis on outward success.
Right.
But unbound territory reminds us that real fulfillment that comes from like cultivating our inner landscape, from exploring those uncharted territories within ourselves.
Okay.
It's about understanding that our external experiences are a reflection of our internal state. And by changing our inner world, we can also change the world around us.
That's a powerful concept.
It is.
It's not about ignoring external goals,
Yeah.
but it's about realizing that real growth and fulfillment, they have to start within.
Exactly. And that brings us back to you, the listener.
Right.
Remember, this unbound territory, this isn't just Dima's journey. It's an invitation for you to explore your own inner world.
Yeah.
Just like Dima traveled through those symbolic locations, you can also embark on a similar journey of self-discovery.
Okay, so how do we do that?
Yeah.
Like, where do we even begin?
Well, I think a good place to start is to ask yourself which of those locations really spoke to you.
Okay.
Was it the peaceful grove, the challenging mountain peak,
Yeah.
the tranquil stream, or maybe the mystical cave?
Okay.
And then think about what drew you to that specific location.
Okay.
What does it tell you about where you are right now?
Yeah.
Or maybe what you're searching for in your life?
That's a great suggestion.
Yeah.
It's about finding those personal connections within this whole framework, figuring out which part of the journey speaks to you the most right now.
And remember, unbound territory is called that for a reason.
Right.
It's about understanding that personal growth, it's fluid. It's always changing.
Okay.
There's no right path, no set timeline.
Right.
Just like Dima's journey is ongoing.
Yeah.
But yours is too.
It's not about finding that one perfect destination, but about embracing the whole journey
Exactly.
with all the ups and downs and twists and turns.
Right. And as you navigate your own unbound territory, keep in mind that you're not alone.
Yeah.
Just like Dima had companions along the way, so do you?
Reach out to those you trust,
Right.
Find mentors or people who inspire you.
Yeah.
Remember that just sharing your experiences can be incredibly enriching and empowering.
We're all explorers in a way,
Yeah.
venturing into those uncharted territories within ourselves, searching for understanding, connection, and ultimately a deeper sense of purpose.
So, with that in mind, what resonates most with you from this whole deep dive?
You know, what really stays with me is this idea that our potential isn't fixed, that we can always evolve and grow, and that there's always more to uncover within ourselves.
Yeah.
And that's incredibly exciting.
I agree.
Yeah.
It's a great reminder that we're all capable of extraordinary things, and that the journey of self-discovery, well, that's a journey worth taking.
Well, this has been an amazing deep dive.
Yes.
So much to think about, so much to explore, both within ourselves and in the world around us. And as we wrap up, I just want to leave you with this. Don't be afraid to step into your own unbound territory. Embrace the unknown, explore your inner world, and see where it leads you.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's been such a great journey exploring this concept with you.
I've enjoyed it too.
And remember, everyone, the most important thing is to enjoy the adventure.
Absolutely.
Until next time, keep diving deep. It's fascinating how this idea of unbound territory,
Yeah.
it's not just about personal growth. It can apply to so many other things.
Oh, absolutely.
Like I'm thinking about creativity,
Right.
relationships, even like how we understand the world around us.
Yeah, it speaks to how universal this concept is, whether we're exploring our inner selves or navigating relationships or pushing the boundaries of what we know.
Yeah.
These principles can guide us.
So it's not just like a self-help thing,
No, not at all.
It's like a way of approaching life
Yeah.
with a sense of curiosity
Ex-
and a willingness to embrace like the unknown.
Think about how we talk about uncharted waters, unexplored regions in the world,
Yeah.
unbound territory. It encourages us to apply that same sense of adventure
Right.
to our inner worlds,
Okay.
to our relationships, even to creativity.
So how can we actually do that?
Yeah.
How do we apply this idea of unbound territory to those things?
Well, let's start with creativity.
Okay.
What does it look like to explore unbound territory when you're being creative?
I like that.
It's about pushing past what's familiar, venturing outside your comfort zone,
Yeah.
experimenting with new ideas, new forms, new techniques.
So it's like think outside the box, but like on a whole other level.
Exactly. It's not just thinking differently. It's about being different, creating differently.
I like that.
It's about challenging those limits we put on ourselves, those boundaries to creativity. It's about embracing that freedom to explore, to experiment, to express ourselves authentically.
Okay, what about relationships? How does unbound territory apply to how we connect with other people?
Well, relationships are, in many ways, uncharted territories. Each person is a unique landscape,
Yeah.
full of complexity, depths, just waiting to be discovered.
Okay.
And just like with personal growth, if we approach relationships with curiosity,
Right.
with an open mind,
Hmm.
willing to go beyond the surface,
Yeah.
that can lead to profound connections.
So we should see the people we love, the people we interact with,
Yeah,
as individual, unbound territories,
exactly.
worthy of that same exploration and respect.
Absolutely. It's recognizing that we never really arrive in a relationship. There's
Mhm.
always more to discover, more to learn, more to appreciate about one another.
It's like you're always getting to know someone, even if you've known them for years.
Yeah.
There's always something new to uncover.
Exactly. And that's what makes relationships so enriching.
Right.
They offer opportunities for constant growth, both as individuals and together.
You know, this whole conversation, it's
Yeah.
really changed how I see things.
Oh, how so?
It's not just about achieving goals or reaching destinations. It's about embracing the journey,
Yeah.
the ongoing exploration of our inner and outer worlds.
That's the beauty of unbound territory, right?
Yeah.
It reminds us that life is an adventure, full of possibilities, full of potential.
Right.
We have the power to shape our own experiences by choosing to explore, to grow, to connect with each other.
I love that.
Yeah,
It's so empowering.
it is.
And it reminds us how important it is to stay curious,
Mm,
to be open to new experiences,
yeah,
to never lose that sense of wonder.
beautifully said.
Thanks.
And as we wrap up this deep dive,
Yeah.
I just want to encourage you all, the listeners,
Mm.
continue exploring your own unbound territory.
Okay.
Embrace what you don't know, challenge those assumptions you have, and never stop seeking.
This has been incredible,
It has.
exploring this concept with you.
I've enjoyed it too.
And remember, everyone, the most important thing is to enjoy the adventure.
Absolutely.
Until next time, keep diving deep.